Hey, what up, guys? It's Sisanie from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. I'm here with Payne Lindsey. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
You were like the master when it comes to crime podcasts.
I am?
I think so.
Well, thank you.
You got 4 nominations at our iHeartRadio Podcast Awards.
I'm very excited about that.
Is this your first time ever being nominated for something like this?
Totally, 100%. I've never done a red carpet before or even won an award for the work I've done, so I'm excited to be nominated and just be here. So.
Yeah, and walk that red carpet and do a bunch of these interviews, right?
That's right.
So let's talk about a little bit. Obviously, you're being recognized for your work with Atlanta Monster. How did you get into crime podcasts?
I was just a fan like everyone else was. A viewer, a listener. I listened to Serial, watched Making a Murderer, watched The Jinx. Always been a creator and a filmmaker, and I wanted to make my own true crime documentary. Mm-hmm. So that's how everything started. Okay.
Now you're doing like a little, like it's technically season 2, and this is now focusing in on the Zodiac Killer.
That's right.
And I started listening to this at night before I go to bed, which
bad call.
It's a bad call, right? It's like giving me nightmares, but it's so addicting. So I can't stop, and so literally it's like my routine now with like my husband. I like listen. I like listen to it as I'm going to sleep almost, and I can't stop. It doesn't put me to sleep because I'll go into the next episode and the next episode. So, are we going to find this person?
I really hope so. I think it really hinges on a couple of things. One being certain police departments releasing information that has to do with DNA and stuff like that. And we've been bugging some of these people and barking up all the trees, and there's new stories, new witness stories. So if anything, it's going to bring some sort of new information that can help dispel some of the mystery. Well, because,
I mean, is there DNA out there for it to be tested at this point? Like, I'm sure, like, the way to test DNA nowadays is way better than it was in the 70s or 80s.
I believe there to be DNA out there to be tested, but I don't know how accurate it could be. I think it might be damaged over time or very bad small samples. I just don't know, but I think that it's possible, but it's been so long. I don't know if that's going to be the key or not.
Are you like a credible person when it comes to this stuff? Like, if you can go to like the cops and like they're legit because you are so invested in it. Like,
no, they're going to be like, "Who are you?"
No, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, what about all the people you get like on each episode that are witnesses or people that covered the case those years?
I think some people just don't like talking to the cops. No, I had a different experience with Up and Vanished season 2. Law enforcement was amazing. They were very helpful. They wanted to involve themselves in something new, and they understood this idea of telling a story on this massive scale and that having a positive impact. So it's always different, but usually they're not running to people like me for the answer.
I find it surprising that some of the people that you had on Monster Zodiac Killer were like family members that almost didn't care to have closure.
Yeah.
You would think that if it was a family member, they'd want the closure, but it's been so long that they're just like used to it, I guess. Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they've almost given up hope. I've seen it before. It's 50 years of this, basically. Just another story on this, and we don't want to tell a story like that. We don't want to just retell something for the sake of doing it. We want to bring some new information to the table, and really make it informative and helpful if possible.
What do you think? Not that I'm trying to like manifest this. What do you think are the chances of something like this happening in modern time and today? Having a serial killer like this, could they get away with the crimes?
I think it'd be way harder to do, but it probably still happens. I mean, it's probably happening somewhere, but we just haven't connected all the dots yet. It's way harder to get away with murder, but at the same time, the police can't solve everything.
Right.
And they always can't connect the dots. If this person has watched all these true crime documentaries and, they're trying to
when you see this stuff on TV,
be elusive, it's possible, but it is much harder.
Yeah. So. Well, hopefully that's not the case and that actually does not happen. Like I said, I don't want to manifest that at all.
Seriously.
Okay, so what's next for your podcast world? Because I know that you guys are thinking about doing, like, you have a plan, several seasons for Monster series. So what's next with this?
So we want to do a Monster season 3. I'm also working on another podcast for myself to come out later this year. Completely new idea. And, just us and Tenderfoot, we want to make several podcasts this year and basically put out a slate.
Where do you guys do? You do this in Atlanta, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, we work in Atlanta. We got an office, got a team. And
I was going to say office or like your house?
It used to be my apartment, but
Okay.
eventually it was just for meetings. It just didn't work out. It didn't look very professional. Starbucks was getting old, so we had to. I love Starbucks.
I would think the audio would get a little wonky at Starbucks.
But yeah, we got a team of people, and we're just cranking out stories. We want to tell big stories. We want to, make successful, entertaining, compelling podcasts, and ones that are big and adaptable for TV.
They're very entertaining. They're very well produced. It's something that you actually get like. I don't know, but I'm like a radio nerd, so I notice all of like the producing that went into like with the sound effects or just the audio you guys get and the interviews and all of that stuff. It's really, really good. So definitely want to check out Monsters, Zodiac Killer if you haven't, and then go back and listen to your other seasons and stuff like that. And congratulations, Podcast of the Year, Best Crime Podcast, Most Bingeable, Most Breakout, and this is going to be on the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards tonight. Watch on the iHeartRadio Twitter at 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Payne Lindsey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome meeting you.
Likewise.